Hero's entrance from Yami, being able to re-enter the fight, cutting them off, but Shockwave is huge! The bubble from DY follows up beautifully, and the rest of J-Team are able to get massive damage down on for the first game of the last series of Season 1 of Wild Rift Esports, the first ever Icons Global Championship. That match will begin to come underway. It's both of these teams.
Bracket of the last chance qualifier. That's why J-Team only got here on a technicality, because OMG weren't able to make it. They weren't supposed to play on this stage, and they fought their way through the play-ins, and they fought their way here to a grand finals for a chance at revenge.
And that's why we see Cherry hovering around a little bit, I thought.
Are they going to go for a dive? Yes, they are. DY with the Justice Punch flash. Cherry comes in for reinforcements, and it is first blood of the grand finals for Icons. Yami looks for another knockup here onto Barry, is forced out. Hasn't popped either exhaust or flash. Dragon burn down by Long is secured. Cherry, meanwhile, picks up Rift Herald on the other side of the map. Pan forced to flash away to the left side of the flank. Dawn comes in for the rotate. Cherry almost thinks about diving Itse, but backs off. But this is absolutely fantastic. J-Team have stalled the recalls from Nova. They got so much tempo rewarded for them off of an objective play that only should have been maybe one turn at most.
Long in trouble.
Cherry forced to flash over the wall. Yami! Long smites him down. Oh, look at this. J-Team, they threw down the Rift Herald, so now they're forcing Nova into a conundrum here.
Very clever. Splitting the fight, forcing Nova to deal with the Rift Herald, pushing down mid, otherwise they might lose even an inhibitor. Long!
Wait, Long is in there without the rest of the members there. Nova gets another two-man knockup with Yami. Can they follow up the package? Neon is looking for the angle. That's a beautiful package. It splits J-Team down the middle, but Cherry is able to distance himself with a beautiful flash. Neon is stuck, flashing over the wall with the Valkyrie, but it's Barry that follows up, singles out the mid laner for Nova, and that dragon is theirs.
Communication and burn down single targets.
Dawn might be caught out here. Yami gets the knockup down. Dawn doesn't have flash from before. Dominus, the stun coming in from Yami, but Stasis is popped. One-man knockup, Neon comes in. Can he get the last rocket? No! He survives! But the two-man knockup from Yami finds another one, and did J-Team just get themselves baited into it? Nova have not dropped a single member, and that's two off the field for J-Team.
Exactly, TJ. Remember, J-Team's composition has no consistent damage dealers like an AD carry. They do not have, and therefore, if they throw their bodies onto towards Nova.
All right, onto DY. Can he buy as much time as he can for the rest of J-Team? Dawn is looking around the corner. They jump right onto the Crocodile. Get his flash out. Get the Dominus out. Neon gets caught up in the Transcendent Embrace, but is able to Valkyrie away. Cherry on the left side, looking for Yami onto the backside. That's the poke down from J-Team. Snipes out Yami, but it's a re-engage from Long. Finds the counter-strike stun. Goes golden. Has the stasis. Going invulnerable. Tapping another stasis from Pan, but he's separated. He flashes over the wall. He's out of there!
The Elder, they're choosing to wait because they know they have the package. They know they have an item buy for remake. He is racing into this fight.
They're burning it down. Long, you got to face check if you want to get a chance to get back in this speed.
Elder.
But J-Team, they stalled it out. There's enough time for Neon to now walk in with package. 7,000 HP. Nova, they're the ones that now can challenge for the dragon. They're the ones with the onus to burn down the dragon. They have to force J-Team to walk into them, to walk into a package. You have Itse finding a 1v1. Oh, huge Transcendent Embrace. The package is going to separate the members of J-Team away from each other. Yami and Long onto the left side of the fight. Cherry looking for Neon. He's got the Hexagon Ultimatum. He's separated from the rest of the fight. He's got no more reinforcements for the rest of Nova. Is Long, can he clean it up? He's still got a GA. He's still living, but now he has to fight a 1v3. But he's got help. He's got Yami. He's got Itse. The knockup on the Barry. He's been isolated. Nova will win the fight. Another pick off, maybe onto Cherry. It's Yisei that is forcing the fight. Cherry not going to burn the Hextech Ultimate anytime soon. Just as I say that, he locks him down. But it's a two-man knockup once again from Yami. And Cherry's been picked off. Transcendent Embrace slows Nova in their tracks. But you've got to deal with now Long, who is super fed. And he is on
this game's
line.
over.
Nova pushing forward, knocking down J-Team members one by one.
They waited too long.
They did. Again, that's the big 15-minute mark where Long is going to scale incredibly well, and no one at all can 1v1 him.
They're just diving past 3 towers, guys. They have no fear. They know that they have finally regained control of this game and are pushing for the win.
And J-Team gets sloppy a couple times in a row, leave isolation members alone, and it costs them game number 1 of this grand final.
Damn.
Whew.
Damn.
And we are getting ready for game 2. And I know that the analyst desk definitely had a lot of things to say, so I want to kind of rephrase it here for both TJ and Riku looking at these two compositions here.
Right, and they do need to get that early lead because compositions like the one J-Team are running rely on that initial engage being deadly. And over on Nova, they have tools to avoid that initial engage.
And Yami as well, with what we talked about this TJ, with the shields and the engage that he provides, first gank of the game.
Cherry already trying to find an opportunity here to make the first gank possible. Long answers back, but he steps back into the parallel convergence. Huge stun onto Cherry, and the knockback from Neon might have sentenced Cherry down. It is first blood for Nova this time around.
Okay, I understand. I understand that you want to gank mid lane. You want to gank mid lane because there needs dragon fights. But so far, Nova has been trading, has been avoiding them, and they're doing a good job.
I love that you highlight that because that's exactly what Nova did a couple of moments ago, right? When the Rift Helm was up for grabs, they dodged it.
Oh, but it is the snowball that counter ganks Long. But however, they've brought 3 members to the party. But Shockwave! Shockwave onto 3 is going to send Nova into a conundrum, and they've got to retreat. The rest of the reinforcements have come through for J-Team. DY with a beautiful tidal wave cuts off the exit route for Nova. 3 have been wiped.
And they need Dawn to get into the front lines to find those stunts. He's on a flank now.
Revving it up,
HP
but
on the
Yami,
got it.
Yami, good guy. Yami tanks up the snowball, ensuring that Cherry cannot get into the pit. Nova cleanly take the dragon without any meaningful contest. J-Team are still pushing for any stragglers here. And it's a hero's entrance from Yami, being able to re-enter the fight, cutting them off. But Shockwave is huge! The bubble from DY follows up beautifully! And the rest of J-Team are able to get massive damage down on a remake, down on a Long. Neon almost biting the dust, barely managing to survive.
To fight for a blue buff, and it has just cost J-Team their chance back into this game. They're going to need to do something truly incredible here.
4,000 HP, 2,000 HP. It is secured by Long, and the Shockwave is only clipping the frontline members. This parallel convergence separates J-Team from its front line. Yeetze and Dawn battling out as the frontline members. Huge bubble from DY clips the members of Nova, but they got what they wanted in the Baron.
They will have a chance to contest this Elder, though, and maybe that's J-Team's Hail Mary. They do have a respawn from Cherry right now. He'll be racing across the map.
What the damage, Long?
Oh, Long is about to single out Pan here. Oh! Long can do no wrong when it comes to assassinating crucial members of J-Team.
It's so good because you can tell Pan wanted to dodge the parallel convergence, but in the end, the chrono break is there.
A deep dive now against the inhibitors. Now for a 2-game lead in this grand final. Nova.
And it's crazy to think when we look back at Nova's semifinal series against FPX, Long was shut out of the game consistently, and it called upon the laners to step up. This time around, Long repays the favor as Yeetze in a 1v2, buying as much time. Yami comes in with the hero's entrance, but the rest of Nova are getting work done on the bottom side of the map. Neon's already on the base. Long is hitting the Nexus. Neon's on the Nexus. Game 2 belongs to Nova Esports.
What?
Window. Game 3 is that series. Nova and J-Team. Nova trying to take a 3-0 lead. Will they be able to do it? Let's send it on over to the casters.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to see targets for that Zed like Stuart was talking about. And this is big for J-Team, now only 2 games away from losing the grand finals. What a run they've made to get here.
When you go back to the beginning of the overall Wild Rift Esports season and you follow the WRL, J-Team were dominant in the regular season, the #1 team.
Shields a lot of healing, and the fact that Diana also has self-shielding, and the fact that, okay, Pan doesn't get kills early game, let's do 4-1.
Wow.
Early invade.
But if you're looking at this and you say, okay, well, we can't gank any of these lanes.
Whoa!
What can you do?
Surprise!
Knew the homework assignment that Cherry assigned, being able to follow up. but it is Nova with the collapse, extending on to Cherry and DY, who stayed far too long in the blue buff jungle for first blood. Nova turns around with 2.
So, really scary times for J-Team. Yet again, their early game plan has failed.
Woo!
But Cherry is not going to go into the night unanswered. He finds one more opportunity in the early game, comboing with Dawn.
Yeah, I like this start. I like this. I like how Cherry is able to take back what happened earlier. Look at his lead right now when it comes to the gold over long. I think it is an amazing start. Nova, though, I love the response.
Okay, explosive cast, body slam, right onto Yami. And he's incredibly chunked out. It's just a Yuumi, but the Yuumi can't be singled out.
Not very tanky, especially at the early phases of the game. You get one, you kill one.
They're swinging for Infernal. J-Team matching here.
Oh, Cherry was waiting in the bush, but Long's got a cat on his back, and he's got the heals, he got the shields. Yitze coming in with the Stand United. Another early attempt for J-Team thwarted by Nova. Here comes another fight. Cherry looking for the play.
Smash.
Dawn with the showstopper slams Long into the ground. It gets a flash out. Dawn has to tank up as much damage as he can. Good haymaker, tanks up the brunt of the damage, flashes away, gets out, but now it's up to the rest of J-Team. Can they follow up? Can they look for more onto Yitze? Pan coming in with a flank. Yitze flashing forward, but doesn't realize there's a Shadow Ninja on the other side of the wall, who's now looking to clean up the pieces.
Here comes Neon.
Neon, moonfall onto one. Already singles on another. It's down up the Pan. Death mark on the remake. Can he single him out? Can he get the damage? First is almost enough, and he clips him. Pan is on the other side. Yami is chasing him down with Neon, and they're looking to tie down the Rift Herald.
Means that Nova run the map as we do head towards this dragon.
The engage, Neon, Moonfall forces the hands of Cherry to get out. Can't say the same about DY, because he had nowhere to go.
He's just moving forward without Yami, without boost, just as you said. Very brave, because he knows he's 3-2-3.
Okay, Neon looking for the moonfall on the berry. He's maneuvered away from DY, and DY can't do anything! He can't get in range! Can he get an answer back? Explosive cast gets the stasis out. Should have enough damage.
Stand
United with the Stand United, and the taunt finishes him off. He even brought Yami for the ride.
This is a very sad tale. Wait, hold up.
Oh, potentially. It's a lot of damage already onto Remake. The Dragon's Rage knocks Remake out, and he's buying time once again.
Cherry trying his hardest to find something here.
He is. Gets the Crux? Stasis, no.
Nowhere
Not
to
gonna
go.
be enough to survive.
Meanwhile, back on Neon, and he's got Yitze here. 2v3 about to emerge here. Dawn already with the showstopper, locks him down. Facebreaker into the haymaker. Neon almost survives, but Dawn clips him out with one more haymaking punch. Remake now back in it, but it's Pan that comes back with the resurgence of damage, and Barry following up beautifully.
Senna is scaling carries that are going to be so deadly the later we go.
Uh-oh, Neon might be caught out here. Long is here for reinforcements, trying to buy time for the rest of Remake to come in for damage. Pan already getting a lot. Neon with the Moonfall splits up J-Team, and they have been scattered. DY has already sent to the fountain. A beautiful taunt flash from Yitze finds the mark onto the rest of J-Team. Pan is able to get the recall off. Dawn has nowhere else to run. A triple kill for Long.
Intense fight from Nova. That was J-Team asking for it. They were the ones that wanted to start that fight. Look at Cherry, though. He has an angle to get a steal.
He's gonna need to save this game.
Oh no, Remake Valkyrie there. He's gonna get spotted eventually.
Cherry would have to pull off something.
Yeah, there it is.
Remake spots him out, and he knows he's blinking on HP.
Pan in the pit.
Oh, Pan is in the pit, but can he get damage on the Long? The Crescent Guard is going to block all the Death Mark damage, and they've singled out Cherry on the other side with Yitze. Beautiful guarding of the Nova, and that's a Prime
Gaming!
Hey!
And on our screens in the corner, you can see this Elder being burned down.
And the package from Remake, he's completely fine with giving his life. He's not even giving his life because he's got Yitze with the Stand United to make sure he doesn't go down. He eventually gets clipped by Dawn, but Nova have done all that they needed to do to secure the Elder and possibly the game.
That's crazy coming from Remake, but Yitze falls.
Pan finds him with the Death Mark. Can he find more onto Long? Crescent Guard prevents any damage further coming out from the Ninja.
A massive gold lead over to Nova. Now a minute on Baron as well.
DY tries to stuff him, but Neon still has way too much damage. Golden stasis on both him and Cherry. Neon is the one that comes up through, and Nova have 3 members to 1. With Baron buff at their side, they could make the push to put themselves at match point.
But they can go 1 by 1 and 1v1 you.
Here we go.
Showstopper right onto Long, but he's got the final chapter from Yami. They've locked down Pan. That's a major
Big
assassination gone from the side of J-Team. They are looking to Barry to be the last one that can defend the base alongside Cherry, but Nova still have 5 members strong. They're diving the fountain. They have so much confidence. They can drop members and don't give a damn. Nova Esports bring themselves to match point.
In the fountain!
In the fountain!
In the grand final! Nova!
Well, Digon, this just could be the very last game of the Icons' first ever global championship.
Yeah, this is it. This is do or die for J-Team, and meanwhile for Nova, we talked about that they're 1 game away from being the first ever Icons Global champions. And if they do win this one, in a 4-0 fashion, that's cementing them truly how dominant they are here.
Looking for Yami. Yami doesn't have sums from the prior exchange. Cherry still has flash, as you called it out, Riku. The rest of J-Team forcing them temporarily off the turret, but they can't look for the dive.
But this is what map control, tempo control looks like, because J-Team had enough. Uh-oh.
Nian?
He'll be fine.
I think.
No! Nova! First blood for Nan!
And it's just everything. Always at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, it's that rotation. Here we go.
Like now.
DY doesn't have flash anymore. They punish on it. Remake finds the kill. Thought he was about to package forward here, but the rest of the 4v4 is on the other side of the map. It is the explosive cast from DY, scaparating the map. Cherry with the Dragon Strike by the 2-man knockup. Long is taken out by Barry, and the rest of J-Team have the damage to secure the first. No! Wait! Who got the Rift Herald? DY secures it, but Remake gets a revenge kill onto Cherry. Pan gets a little bit of burst damage down onto Neon. Oh, it's Yami forward. Mega Inferno Bomb. That's the 100th kill of the game for Long. And Nova Esports can continue the pressure. Yitse has got Barry and the rest of J-Team wrangled up here in the blue buff jungle.
100 kills this tournament to Long, and maybe a dragon to their name.
They're still pretty much healthy at this point to keep going. Look at Neon. He wants Cherry's head.
Yeah, Cherry was pushing in the mid lane, gets the Rift Herald unlocked for the mid turret, but gets singled out and forced away by Neon. That ensures that the dragon will go over to Nova.
DY still sticking around.
DY tries to steal it, throws out a cast, doesn't make the steal happen. Long secures it. Here comes Pan on a 1v2.
Dawn's coming.
Can he get the damage out? Dawn is coming, is making the charge. Long blinking, but doesn't fall, and Dawn is too late.
Is it the mid turret falls that brings his support character almost 1,000 gold ahead?
Oh, Dawn, I don't know if you want this. Here comes Yami once again. The grand entrance knockup is going to force the Blade of the Exile out of Dawn. He's got backup here. Barry fishing for poke.
Yeah, this is absolutely tricky. Dawn, very low. They're going in.
DY, body slam, explosive cast, right onto Nova's heart and core. Can they get the damage down? Pan finds it onto Long. Shuts down the jungler for Nova. They're continuing the dive. Remake has got nowhere else to run. No summoner spells, and it is Barry and Cherry with the cleanest dive.
Doesn't have Mega Inferno Bomb yet, but will again. Also, Neon doing really well in this game. Will have a lot of gold. It's down to Cherry in particular to find those kills.
Cherry forced the flash there. But then another fight on the right side. Barry's been picked off here by Neon. And now Nova can collapse. They have the numbers advantage.
Here comes J-Team. This is the
4v5.
burn on the Rift Herald.
Cherry, can he get in? He has vision, but he can't see the objective. Long secures it once again. Cherry has to force to give it up. Mega Inferno Bomb ensures that he can't recall just yet.
Rift Herald in the top side as Nova continue to press forward, continue to do everything
Oh,
right.
here comes Yami. Grand entrance, quickness. They've charmed him up. Pan has got nowhere else to run. He pops the stasis, but it's only delaying the inevitable. A flash away. The death sweep. It doesn't clip him, but it gets Yitz's flash. He ensures the kill.
You gotta love
DY finding the body slam onto Long. I don't know if you want to tangle with this warrior. And Yeats is coming for the flank. And Yami is able to tangle that into a 2-man knock of the rest of J-Team. Have to find a way, but here comes Nia with the package once again. J-Team have been separated at their very core. Cherry running for his life, popping the stasis, but it only delays his death. J-Team once again routed off, and Bear is the only one left standing. Looking for the pick right now. Dawn and Cherry trying to link up onto Yitse, but he's got too much mobility, and Cherry is forced to flash, but he knows that the rest of the cavalry is coming in. Yitse with the Hexac ultimatum locks him down with the hook shot.
Jelly's
puts in
dead.
precision
He's
protocols,
gone.
enough damage. DY with the explosive cast trying to link him up. Leewall, Long in the 1v3, but it calls in Neon for backup. And the rest of Nova have to retreat here, have to bide their time, waiting for cooldowns. Yami with another grand entrance. Yinche looking for the hook shot. If they get enough damage here, they can push it. They can take everything.
And I feel like the only angle J-Team could take, a very, very slim chance, is Yize split pushing without teleport, but I don't think it's very difficult right now.
A kick onto Yami, they stun him
Caught
down.
out.
Grand entrance in the quickness, no way he gets out. He's out of there, baby! J-Team can't even get a pick onto the support, and Neon is looking for the collapse
DY's
package.
dead.
They chained onto DY. It's still a 4-on-4 for Nova and J-Team, and J-Team have health bars advantage. They might look to pursue, but you gotta be careful about remakes damage.
This is the best chance J-Team are gonna get. A one-for-one trade. Their
Jerry,
support
Jerry.
for Neon.
Looking for it, Grand Entrance doesn't clip it. Mega Inferno Bomb only gets Dawn onto the backside. Tactical sweep, looking for Cherry, looking for Yinze. Dawn about to fall, and Nova looking to push for the final win. Double kill over to them. Nova, it's just one
They're
more.
just going
Barry,
down
they're
there.
gonna go down the mid lane. If you take out Barry, you
They're just
guarantee
going.
they are going for it. Don't even wait for the
38
Elder.
seconds.
There it is. Nova and a Prime Gaming ace will do it! This is them blasting through the grand finals and engraving their names into the cosmos as your first ever icons!
What a statement for Nova Esports. 3-0 in the final. We didn't know if they were going to be able to complete the sweep, complete the final game, and there it is. Not even close. And it doesn't get better than that. The first ever world champions, earning Nova Esports a legacy that will remain in Wild Rift for years to come.
And I want to go back and talk about some of the struggles that Nova Esports faced to get here. You mentioned it before, Neon was a role swap from Baron lane to mid lane. Their main mid laner was Guoguo, someone that brought in Long.